Hopefully you guys are doing well today. I know I am. Yeah, for sure. This bull market might have already started. And that's exciting. One of my biggest holdings, Chainlink, just blew up the other day. I think it did like 45% gains and within a few like 2 days. And that's exciting because it's a high market cap coin already. Um so yeah, I mean that's very exciting. I'm stoked. I do hope that we have longer to go before we actually have the bull market like in full swing, and I think that's the case. Oh, let me put this on. How you guys doing today? Um, yeah, I hope we have maybe like 6 more months. I don't know. I think the halving is in 6 months, something like that, and hopefully we have like I hate to say it, but I hope we have a big. I know. Well, I think we're gonna have a Black Swan event sometime between now and the halving. Um, and they're gonna have to print like trillions and trillions of dollars. Like they're gonna print more money than they've ever printed. I'm talking about the U.S. The Federal Reserve. They're gonna print more money than they ever printed before, and then that's when our bull market will start. It'll be just kind of like COVID. It won't be the same kind of thing. I don't think we're gonna have some kind of plague or something. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll get COVID 2.0. But maybe it'll be World War 3. And by the way, when we're talking about World War 3, you can't believe everything you see. Like most of the stuff that they're putting out there. Happy 11/11, by the way. Happy 11/11. Most of the stuff they're putting out there isn't true. A lot of it's fake. And so a lot of people are getting worked up about this whole Israel, Hamas, Palestine thing. And like the hospital news, that turns out it wasn't even real. Like it might have been Hamas, like might have been them who did it. It might have been or it might have been a different group in Palestine, like a different terrorist group. Um, and there's a lot of people who are like defending Hamas too, which is that's kind of weird, in my opinion. That's kind of weird because it was a horrific event. Now, I'm not saying that the event at the music festival and the babies' heads getting cut off. I don't know, I don't know how much of it that we've been told is true or not. But I'm sure it did happen, and it was very. I'll tell you what, that whole week I was just like, I've had a sick feeling in my stomach. Like any group that's willing to do that, is, I mean, obviously a terrorist group. That wasn't a method of defense. That wasn't defense. So it wasn't just like war. It wasn't regular military actions. That was terrorist actions. I mean, they swung in, parachuted into a music festival, and killed people. And the key words that we've been hearing were they dragged women to Gaza. I've seen a few pictures, and it looks like the women were. The one picture I saw, the woman looks like she was dead. She was like pretty much naked, and they had her in the back of the truck. And they basically, from what we were told, that they were raping people. And this is gonna get my channel demonetized, but it's okay. I want to get views out there. But anyways, and then now one of the scariest things here, two of the scariest things, is that there are actually people in here. I mean, I get defending Palestine and the civilians that are there, that are basically trapped in an open air prison. And I've heard that they do have open elections, which probably is just something that they say. I'm sure like in a country like that, the any kind of elections are rigged, just like in Russia. It's probably not a real election. And I hate to say it, but it's probably the case over here in the U.S. too. I bet our elections are rigged, and I'm not taking anyone's side or anything. That's just my personal opinion. I've always thought this, and I have trust issues with the government. and authority figures and politicians, you know, and anyone who works, any of the executives at any of these large corporations that have been shaping our society the last 10 years, 20 years. I don't trust any of them. And I think a lot of it is planned, and they like to get our reactions. That's what they need. They need us to believe it. And most of us are stupid sheep, and we believe everything. And but now they have us pitted against each other on this side or that side. There's nothing, there's like no in between anymore, and it's getting more and more divided. And I'm not participating in that system. I'm quite happy, to be honest. I'm quite happy just kind of observing it all on from the sidelines. I'm not participating in that system at all. So any opinion I have, it's my opinion. I'm not just replicating someone else's words or some echo chamber. I tried my hardest not to take part in any echo chamber. So anyways, yeah, two of the craziest things were that some people are actually defending Hamas, which is crazy because like you're defending terrorist acts basically. I mean that's unexcusable, inexcusable really. And there's professors at these universities who are saying it's exhilarating, and they're talking about the Hamas attack. I'm like, what? This guy at Cornell. I mean, I heard him speak, and he was so excited. And it's like, dude, he said, I'm exhilarated. It's like, dude, no, man, that's not the way to get exhilarated, man. You can go to the day spa or something, you know, do something else, you know, go you can like go parachuting or something. Just don't have guns on you, you know. Just do something crazy. Go snorkeling. I don't know. Go scuba diving. Whatever. Just don't get exhilarated by people like raping women and cutting off babies' heads. That's not the right way to get exhilarated, dude. It's very worrisome. So that's one of the things. And then the other thing that's kind of like worrisome is that the border's been open for so long now that, yeah, I mean that was one of the first thoughts I had, and then I heard people saying it, and I'm like, dude, this is real. Like, we definitely have people coming in. I mean, it's obvious. It's so obvious to me since I know the long-term plan, and I've known it, and I've been telling you for years now that the plan is to move power from the west to the east, and this is part of it. And all the people that we listen to, that we trust, most of them, even Trump, they're all part of it. They're all part of this plan, and they all have their roles, and they know it. And they might not even talk about it much behind the scenes. They just know their role, and they know what to do and say, and they know they're going to be safe on the other side of all this conflict and this crisis mode that we're in. This is the fourth turning, after all, and we're in crisis mode. The crisis turning. So, dang it. I should have gone pee before I started. Anyways, guys. So yeah, it's disturbing. We probably have people who came in, and who knows, you know, in a few years, even less than a year from now, we could have like full-blown terrorist attacks in the country. You know, just because we have policies that allow anyone to come in, and people are coming in. All sorts of different people are coming in, and most of them, I'm sure, are just looking for work, and they're good people. But even if there's a 1% of all the people that came in who are terrorists, even just 1%, even just 0.1% or 0.01%, if just 0.01% of them are terrorists, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to take over a country and just drive us crazy with fear. That's all it takes. 0.01% of the people who have come in legally, because, you know, the administration is letting them in, just saying, hey, come in, holding up a sign, welcome, you know, you're at home here, we're going to treat you better than our own citizens, so come on in. And that's what happened, and that's what's happening, and they still aren't really doing anything about it. The Hamas attack, one thing it did was drive a lot of people into right side politics. Like a lot of people did wake up from that, and people are questioning what the hell's going on more than ever. And I guarantee it helped Trump out more than anyone. His chances of winning, I guarantee you. And I'll bet he's gonna win. I bet anything he's gonna win. Now that we've had that attack, and his policies make the most sense. And like, forget about his personality. Who cares about that? Policies are what you really need to look at. You know. I mean, would you rather have a Trump or a Biden in a World War III scenario? Seriously, you really want a Biden? That's so weak. That's the weak, but that's part of that's part of the illusion too. Biden's in on it. Trump's in on it. You know, Trump isn't a cultist. I hope you guys know that. And his son-in-law for sure. I mean, so there's a lot of numerology that I've discovered. There's this. First of all, let's talk about crypto. You know what? I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I should have gone right before I did this, but I didn't. So just bear with me, and just give me a minute, okay? Yeah, it's just a lot of crazy shit's going on. And you know, the thing is, like, to be honest, guys, I've already kind of gone through the mourning stage. You know, I've already mourned over what's about to happen. This is nothing, okay? But a lot of it is propaganda. So as long as you understand that, you won't be in a fear state as much if you know the plan. And you know, most of it, I'd say about 75% of what they're telling us is just to get us scared and acting like sheep. And they're doing a good job at it. They're doing excellent. They did such a good job with coronavirus, getting us to bend over to their will. Can I go this way? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I don't even care if I can't. I'm gonna do it. So you gotta just realize it's all propaganda, man. You gotta just realize that, and then plan your actions based on that, based on knowing that. They've got us right where they want us, but people are waking up, and that's part of why I'm stoked and enthusiastic, is that people are waking up, and they can't help that. Like I've said over and over, our DNA is changing. It's actually evolving. Us as humanity, we're all evolving. So, okay, I'll be right back, guys. Here, I'll play a video. You can listen to Scott Adams. How about that?
Before that,
I'll be right back.
He'd been fired. You know who fired him? JFK.
Oh, listen to this for sure.
You know why he fired him?
Listen to this, guys.
He was available, basically, to watch it. Did you know who was the head of the Warren Commission murder assassination? Now, he did a movie about it a long time ago, but he's updating it because there's new materials involved. But among the other things that you would learn, and I only learned this when I was just started to watch it, did you know who was the head of the Warren Commission? That was the government's effort to totally research what happened in the Kennedy assassination with the most dependable people, like really credible people, and then put together the Warren Commission report. Well, it turns out that the chairperson was the only one who didn't have another day job. So, he was available, basically. So the person who was the chairperson did most of the work. He did like 30% of all the talking and question answering and stuff like that. Definitely the most influential person was the chairman. And who was that chairman? Allen Dulles. Does that name sound familiar? Allen Dulles. He had been the head of the CIA before that. and he'd been fired. Do you know who fired him? JFK. Do you know why he fired him? For trying to run an empire on his own that was independent from the government. Dulles was out there trying to overthrow countries, assassinate people without the approval or even the knowledge of the President of the United States. Do you think that's weird and unusual and historically like crazy? Well, here's something else to blow your mind. The FBI was the same situation. Under J. Edgar Hoover, Hoover basically ran his own empire, and he did not answer to the president exactly. So JFK had an FBI that was absolutely his enemy instead of his employee, and a CIA that was absolutely his enemy, not his employees. And one day he fired the head of the CIA. Do you know who the number one suspect is for somebody who might have killed Kennedy or ordered it to be done in a conspiracy theory sense? Who would be the number one suspect? The number one suspect in the murder is the person the government put in charge of determining who did it. If you didn't know that, and by the way, I didn't know it until this week, you don't understand anything. And sure enough, Dulles came up with a report that many people questioned in lots of different ways that Oliver Stone points out in the movie. There's lots of reason to believe it wasn't that one shooter. The best reason is that we have a video of the bullet coming from the other direction. You could actually see it with your own eyes. Your own eyes, you could see the bullet hit him in the front and put his head back. And we were gaslighted as a nation to believe it was the odd effect of a bullet coming in the front and blowing out the front of the head and causing his head to go back because he got hit in the front. Or, you know what I mean? In other words, we were told that his head would move in the opposite direction of the bullet. Well, I'm no expert on people getting shot in the head, but I feel like you always move in the direction of the bullet. I don't think it moves the other way. And we were gaslighted to think that most basic, obvious, incorrect thing was the key point, and that there was one magic bullet that hit the governor and the president at the same time. Ridiculous things. You know what would be as ridiculous as the story we were told about Kennedy's assassination? I'll just give you an example. Something as ridiculous would be believing that some other president said that neo-Nazis who were marching were fine people. That would be hard to believe, wouldn't it? But people did. They believed that actually happened in the real world. Half of the country believes that President Trump suggested drinking bleach. Do you think you couldn't sell somebody that a bullet makes your head move in the direction of the bullet, or that the bullet came? You can apparently convince the public of absolutely anything.
See, that's exactly what I was just saying.
Anything. And it started a long time ago. Yes. So I would say all the evidence suggests that the CIA working with the mafia. Oh, did you not know that? Yeah, the CIA and the mafia were almost the same group. Yeah, they worked together for mutual benefit for many years. Yeah. Didn't know that, did you? Well, probably a lot of you did know that. Here's something else I would tell somebody. So these are. So if you guys haven't watched Scott Adams, he's pretty good. I'm addicted. I literally wake up, and he's a part of my morning routine. I just put my earplug in, and then I go about my day. But I listen to Scott Adams while I'm getting ready for work and all that, and eating my breakfast. By the way, I've been eating blueberries and oatmeal every morning, and I feel great. It's been really good for my body, and I'm losing weight too. That's a good thing. And I've also been eating Mediterranean food every day. It's an experiment for this last week, and it's like Greek Mediterranean hummus and tahini and chicken shawarma and stuff like that, and it's delicious, guys. I mean, and tabbouleh. It's like a little salad made with cilantro, parsley and onions and lemon and olive oil,
what else? Tomatoes. And it's freaking delicious, and it's so good for your body. Lemon and olive oil, and then it's got the greens. I'm telling you guys, try it out. Try it out for a week. And even like with the pita bread, you know, I'm losing weight, and it's delicious too. So it's a little pricey, but that you just gotta not just cut out a whole meal from your day, and it'll make up for it. Try it out. So anyways, hope you guys like that. When I left and I played Scott Adams, and he told you about JFK's case and the Warren, what was it, the Warner Commission, the specialized commission like that who researched the whole thing. And dude, it was performed by the people who killed him. Do you see how like everything we know has been a cover up and a lie? I mean, we've been manipulated so much. It's really crazy. And like the more you know, the more you know. And you just cannot know enough. I'm telling you, the further down the rabbit hole you go, you just learn more and more, and you learn that it just never ends until it gets really like dimensional, you know, on a spiritual level. It gets really deep. We've been told so many things. We've been held back from our true power, from raising our frequencies. And that's why we're here in this dimension in a fear state. And I guess, you know, the multidimensional beings, they feed off of our low frequency energy that we produce. And I guess that's what they do. They take it like we're basically like in the Matrix, that they talk about us being human batteries. Like that's basically exactly what's happening. And so that's why they keep us in this fear state. And then that's what they do, I guess. I don't know if this is true, but I've heard it enough times, is that the ones at the very, very top who like are really crazy and they have resources, they kill people, and then they put these people in the state of fear, like supreme fear, before they die. And it produces like this adrenaline that goes into their blood, and then they drink the blood, I guess, or something like that, and it gets them like high, or it's like it's probably some kind of high that we could never understand, unless you've drinking blood. But I hope none of you have done that. So who knows, man? You know, some of you guys are fucking crazy. But I hope not that crazy. So yeah, let me just go ahead and I'm just gonna talk about some crypto here. First of all, Chainlink. I want to look at Chainlink because I'm super stoked about it. You guys know I've been a Chainlink fan for like ever, and I've been talking about this forever. And I've been watching this big long base form for the last 15 months, and it just felt like it would never break and never move. Nothing would ever happen, and it finally happened. And so we broke out of this base. And we closed the week above it, which is super bullish, and I'm so stoked. There could never have been. I've never seen a beautiful base like that, which will most likely turn into a Bart Simpson, and probably, you know, and then it's either going to go up to like 1250, or even could come up to, let's see, come up to like up here somewhere, $17 or something. And come up, and it'll turn into an upside down Bart Simpson. But that's a beautiful base that it created. It didn't ever come below like $5 basically, and it got bought up by whales every time it went down. And so I knew this was going to happen, and I'm glad I bought some before. I wish I had been accumulating for a lot longer, but this is a breakout, a very bullish breakout on the Chainlink chart. And I think what caused it was that we basically Swift, when we heard the Swift news that Swift has tested Chainlink, and they tested it successfully. Wait, okay, here. So yeah, Swift partners with this one. Let's go to this one here. So Swift actually came out with a report, and Chainlink was the one project that has a crypto token that they talked about, and they put it in their article like 12 different times. So Swift, I should have brought up the whole article that they wrote, but that's probably too long. So here's it in a nutshell. And if you don't know about Swift, they're the largest messengers of financial data in the world. So Swift details findings and tests of Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability, which is shortened to CCIP, banking system messaging giant Swift, to provide a single entry point to streamline tokenized asset transfers for financial institutions. Now, early on, when I was a big like XRP YouTuber, we talked about Swift a lot, and there was a lot of unknowns back then. It's crazy how quick crypto has changed, and we've gotten updates like every week. Something new happens. Crypto is the most exciting space, especially, I mean, what compounds to that and exponentially adds to the excitement is that you're making money while learning about all this new technology too. I mean, it's so fun, and it moves so fast. It's life-changing. It's in many different ways, not just financially. So it's pretty cool. So Swift is the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, Swift. So they announced successful experiments of tokenized asset transfers across multiple blockchains. A new series of experiments revealed that Swift's infrastructure could potentially eliminate significant friction hindering the growth of tokenized asset markets. And so we used to talk about Swift a lot with XRP and Ripple, and it turns out that Chainlink is much more connected to Swift. And I did tell you guys that years ago, but I didn't know how close they were. But now it turns out that they're exclusively using Chainlink. And they tested it, and it turns out that link tokens are needed to use it. And so that's one of the big things that with XRP that it's been hard to tell if anyone's going to actually need the tokens or not, or if they're just going to use the infrastructure that Ripple builds with their own crypto system, their own blockchain or whatever. So that's been kind of like a gray area for XRP, and I'm going to talk about XRP in a minute. The chart looks like phenomenal. Like it looks like a great entry point into the XRP chart. It's looking good, and that like XRP and Tron, those both are really good looking charts. They look like they want to go parabolic like in maybe a few months or something, maybe within a year. I don't know. But then like full-blown parabolic during the bull run. So, I mean, it's been long enough. XRP is due, I mean, for a humongous pump. And it's going to be a life-changing pump. And it might not be like up to like $589. But, I mean, even if it goes to $10, that's good enough. Because it's coming. It's an easy one. Just accumulate the XRP. And then just sell when you see that humongous green weekly candle or monthly candle. And then when you're feeling euphoric, that's when you take most of your profit. I learned that the hard way. And also too, when you're feeling euphoric, don't quit your job, because right after you feel euphoric, you're gonna like half of your money is gonna like go down the drain, because you're gonna enter a bear market. Not half of it, probably like 90% of it. So don't quit your job when you're feeling euphoric. I learned that the hard way too. So anyways, back to Chainlink. As a global interbank messaging system, connecting over 11,000 banking and securities institutions across more than 200 countries, Swift plays a pivotal role in financial communications. The organization identifies one of the key challenges facing investors and institutions is the fragmentation of tokenized assets across multiple blockchains. Among its findings, a lack of regulatory clarity remains a primary obstacle, along with the need for data privacy, which Swift characterized as fundamental to any commercial solution. So Swift emphasizes that cross-platform compatibility is essential among these blockchains. So, in light of these complexities, investment banks, city project, blah, 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 blah. So in June, Swift announced its aim to link private and public blockchains in a trial collaboration with Web3 provider Chainlink and major financial institutions like BNP Paribas and BNY Mellon. Now, it says the collaboration has effectively shown its capability to serve as a unified access point for multiple networks using secure existing infrastructure. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I was one of the first YouTubers who was ever talking about Chainlink, and I was telling you guys it's gonna blow up, and it did, and it blew up during the bear market too. So it was like the only big, major crypto that was in a bull market during the bear market, and so that carried me through the bear market. And if you listen to me, it carried you too. And then you made enough money to invest into other coins during the bull market and make more money. So I'm telling you again that it looks like the same thing is happening. Because I don't know if we're in a bull market yet. I think we're not in a bull market, but I think we've seen the bottom already. So we might see another black swan event that'll tank us. But I don't know if we'll go below 20,000 again, because things are kind of looking just too bullish going forward. Because we're already Bitcoin's already at 31K, and I didn't expect that. I thought we were going back down to 20K first. So the thing is, though, it's not going to stay up, it closed up. It's up. Let me see. So if it closes this week above that line, that's a good sign. But yeah, look at this grand falling wedge, this huge falling wedge. It broke out, and it's basically pumping from there. It broke out, retested. Let me just delete this. And of course, I'm talking about Bitcoin, because it's the one that carries the whole market and dictates what everything else does. And I don't know how long it's going to be that case, probably another cycle or two. But look at that. Look at that on the weekly. That's crazy. That's so bullish. It already retested. Let's see, daily. It already came and retested. Look at that beautiful retest. Came and retested. Beautiful retest. And then now it's blasting off. And I told you guys too. I told Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. But I told everyone that from here, and I called it perfectly from the day we closed down here. I said it's up from here, and I was fucking right. I was so right. And that's why I was like putting all my money into crypto at that point. So I just wish I had more money. So I'm expecting, I'm gonna like try to work as much as I can, and that's what I'm doing, and save up as much money as I possibly can. And then put and then wait for like some kind of black swan event to where it tanks the market, and then just go all in. Because the next time the market tanks, I want to go all in. Because it might come back down to, if it came back down, this could be a fake out too, though. I'll tell you that. So take a look at this. This is a perfect head and shoulders. If it closes, if it doesn't go any higher, this is a good head and shoulders to pay attention to. And if that's the case, then we will probably go like dump. We'll probably dump pretty soon. That's not a good looking one, but I think you get my gist. So typically we see head and shoulders go down. And it could just come right back down and test again, like a full-blown test, like a really hardcore test, and then bounce from there. Or if we do close the weekly above this point here on the weekly, if Bitcoin does close this weekly above this especially, like at like 32 or something, that's very, very bullish. So I do feel like the next week is going to be bullish. Like October is typically the most bullish month of every single year. It's been the bullish month of the year, and so that's pretty much what's happening this October. It's been bullish ever since October started. So since the end of let's see. Yep, and that just happens. That's something we've known for a long time, is that October is the bullish month. And basically right before October started, the week before October started, we started getting bullish, and then we had a retest, and then it went kablooey. It went kablam, and then it just started blowing up. And now it's at a crucial resistance. So I would not suggest going, like, just buying now that we've seen all this bullish news, all this bullish, like, chart action. It's not a good time to buy, to be honest. Like, we could just come right back down pretty soon, or we could blow up, come up, let me see, it could go up like to like 40K, and that would be extremely bullish, and that would mean we're in the bull market basically. And then we would have like a big dump right, like sometime before the halvening, which is typical. And then that would be the time that's when all the whales would just start really buying. They've already been accumulating. Let's see, where it's like, yeah, it could come up to like 40K. It could blow up to that height, and that would be really bullish. So there's a few different things that could play out. Say like right around here, something like 38, something like that. And I could see it happening, to be honest. October's not over yet. And then October 31st, I believe, is one of the Fed days. And from what I heard, that I think they're going to raise rates. So we'll see. I don't know. So I'm hearing though that after October 31st, it's not going to be as it's going to be kind of like time to sell, just if you're a short-term or mid-term trader. And then, probably within the next 2 months or so, it'll be a good time to be accumulating. And then I've got a little bit of a lump sum of cash. I don't really have much. I don't have as much as last bull market, which is like, it's kind of worrisome. That's why I'm like, dude, okay, I'm working as much as I can, all day, every single day, trying to get enough to sustain myself during this next bull market, to do something good with it. So anyways, let's take a look at the XRP chart. See, this is what I'm talking about, this curve upward. Okay, we see a curve. When we start seeing a curve upward, that's a really good sign. And this has been going up only. Okay, higher lows, higher highs, mostly higher lows, but we've seen higher high. Here's a higher high. Here's a higher high. Okay, here's the low. Here's a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. Now we're gonna probably go up again from here. I'm probably gonna maybe sell some Link and put some of that into XRP, to be honest, because Link just blew up the last few days, and I don't know if it's gonna go much higher in the short term. So XRP is good. Let me see if let's see how Stellar's looking. Let's see how Stellar's look. Oh, ICP is another one. This is catching traction, and it's so low. It's like almost a no-brainer. And it looks like it wants to blow. And people are starting to get very bullish on this one. Like, this one could really outperform during the bull market because of the whole narrative. There's a big narrative behind it, which is really fascinating. And one of the things about it is that SBF blew it up to like $500. It was like $500 at the top, something like that. And what he did was he created he put it on his exchange on FTX as a perpetuals, as futures contracts, but he didn't even put it on there as spot. So people ran it up, and they ran it up so high that, yeah, the VCs, most of them probably made a ton of money. However, it got a reputation as being it got a reputation as being a scam, just a VC scam. Now the thing is though, what if it's not a scam? What if they wanted to shake as many people out as they possibly could before it really started its run? And the thing about it, the special thing about ICP is that it's the only blockchain out there that's creating everything from the ground up. And so they're not even using like Ethereum built on Amazon Web Services. You know, all these other tokens and coins, they're all built on like Amazon Web Services. Most of them are. And so they're still actually centralized. Now this one is pretty centralized. The team has most of the tokens. But that's just something you would expect from a team that needs to build it. You know, if they can't have some other entity scooping up a majority of the tokens and then taking control of it while they're still building it. So that's the reason. I've heard a lot of like good points about this company, and I am bullish on it. I'm very bullish, but I'm gonna hold my Link. I think Link's gonna outperform it. Like, I think Link's gonna do very well in the next 6 months, a year. And so I'm mostly in Link right now, just all, like, pretty much all Link. I'm like 90% in Chainlink, and I still have some Cosmos and some Stellar and a little bit of Doge, and I have a few low caps. One of them is Rio, because real world assets are gonna be huge, guys. RWAs, I didn't really believe it because I'm hearing it. It's a keyword. It's like a keyword right now that I'm hearing a lot. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's just hyping up. The thing is, a lot of capital is flowing into real world assets right now, and typically it takes like a year to 18 months before those actually show some kind of fruitful profits, basically, for the capital that's flowing in. So it usually flows in around like a year or 18 months, 12 to 18 months before the chart actually starts moving. And so a ton of like capital has flowed into real world assets for the last year. And so we still have maybe a few more months before these assets really start showing their strength. And so Relio is a good little low cap. It's only 13 million. And I'm not trying to pump it or anything. I'm just trying to I'm trying to like show you guys the ones I'm in. Another one is Rose, but Rio is my real world asset play, and I think it's got so much hype on Twitter, and it hasn't pumped yet. I mean, I think it's gonna really do something. So I have a little bit of that, not a whole lot, just like $100 worth, but I do think it could do maybe a 50x. You know, and that'd be like $5,000. You put 100 in and go to $5,000. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Where is it? I want to show you this one too. Teller Tributes, TRB. Oh my gosh. Yeah, TRB has been like, the whales have been accumulating that like crazy. Caspa too. Although Caspa had a big run already, so I don't know if it's like halfway done or if it's done. Where's Rio, man? Maybe it's on my other chart, my other watch list. There it is, Rio. So yeah, this has barely done anything yet, but this isn't even a full chart. But anyways, yeah, see, it's still low, so I think Rio's a good one. But let's take a look at Stellar. What are you guys into? Tell me what you guys are accumulating right now. I can't see. Oh, there. What's up, guys? Long time no see. Yes, I had hair last time. Yeah, I've been trying to like just keep it simple. Algo, yeah, that's another one too. Algo, that's right. XLM for sure. Algo's been just waiting for that one. I can put people in timeout for different lengths from 10 seconds to 24 hours. Okay, thanks. So, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, Algo's another good one. Thanks, man. I saw that someone wants to wish me best. Thanks a lot. I can't read it now because I can't scroll. It won't let me scroll. I'm doing well. I'm doing very good. I'm having fun. Yeah, I'm living life. I'm not drinking any. I was drinking them for a while. And that's what I meant when I said earlier that I already did my morning because I already figured out what's gonna happen. And it's pretty depressing. So most people are gonna get depressed when it happens. I already got depressed. I already went through that stage. Now I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm just gonna do my best to stay alive and capitalize on all the crazy shit that's about to happen. I mean, what else can you do if you know what's gonna happen? You know, that's the only thing you can fucking do. Just capitalize on it. You know, take advantage of it. Fuck. You know, we're gonna see the whole world change. Everything's gonna change, and those who are in the right investments early enough are gonna do. They're gonna do well, and that's probably the only thing that's gonna keep me happy. Just like during coronavirus, the only thing that kept me afloat, like kept me from being depressed, was that my portfolio was blowing up. So while the whole world was crashing around me, and my brain was telling me to get depressed about the state of social, like, humanity and how fucking sheepish everyone turned out to be. Like, especially out here in California, like, people showed their true colors. A lot of people showed that they have no clue what's going on, and they're such sheep that they'll do anything that the fucking government says just so that they don't get ridiculed, you know, just to stay in good standings in their social lineup, wherever they're at, their social standings at their country club or whatever. You know, it's like, it's fucking crazy, dude. And that was depressing, but the only thing that was really keeping me from, from getting depressed was that my portfolio went from $10,000 to like $500,000, you know, and that was exciting, you know, and that's why I quit. And then as soon as I quit my job, my portfolio went down like 50%, like within a couple months. And then it went down 95% after that. And so now I know that I should have sold. I held on to everything. When I was euphoric, I kept holding, and I was like, well, we're going to go to the end of the year till December. But and then, you know, it didn't go up after that. So it was basically like the Uniswap crazy, like DeFi run. That's where I made all my money. But I was accumulating for years before that. I was buying XRP in 2018 after it dumped. And that's when I just kept putting in, from every single paycheck, I kept putting in money and putting in money. So let's see what, I got a super chat. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Let's see if, hopefully it shows me. You said something about Pepe, which from what I heard, that's like a right-wing token or something. I don't know, but I heard it's connected to Chainlink too. So who knows? But I didn't see what you said. Let me see if I can, hopefully it shows. You asked a question, I think, said something about Pepe. This is, you know, it's not, it doesn't show me the chat, which it's like stupid. They should change that. So the creator, the influencer, the YouTuber can actually see the chat and scroll through it, but they don't let me do that. So anyways, as far as Pepe goes, I don't know, man. I do have some Pepe, actually. I think I have like $50 worth. So it could blow up. You never know. It could be like another Shiba, another Doge. You know, because Doge and Shiba, they came out, and then everyone was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then they both blew up on their own timeline. Pepe could do that too. But I still don't see the significance of meme coins. I don't get it. I don't know why we have these meme coins. They must be like some kind of psyop, or they must be some kind of cover for money laundering or something, or putting money into hands of people who are going to use it later. Like they have a secret plan, like with Doge. I don't know why the hell he talks about. I don't know why Elon is so into Doge. It doesn't make any sense to me. Besides that, there's a political kind of push on each side from like I think Doge and Shiba both have very powerful people behind both of them since they're both so high cap. Where did Shiba come from? It came after Doge. Well, it seems like it's an opposing force. So if Elon is like pro freedom or kind of he seems more conservative nowadays, which is crazy because he's just all he is like sensible and rational and logical, and apparently sensible and rational and logical nowadays means you're right wing, which is the boogeyman is coming after the right wing. Like you're not supposed to be the right wing. It's very uncool. It's unsavory. It's everything you can think of that's good. And basically you need to be reprogrammed if you are right wing. Basically, if you have any sense or logic or rationality, you need to be fucking reprogrammed, says Hillary Clinton. And so who knows what's coming, you know? That's a prelude, you know, that's the prelude to like another fucking Auschwitz moment, you know? Where Hitler said that we need to reprogram these people, and then eventually he started saying we need to just get rid of them. We need to eradicate these people, and so that's what happened. And now white people are being considered colonizers, and they're saying we need to get rid of colonizers. And so I wouldn't even doubt that there will be terrorist attacks, especially targeting white people, within the next 10 years. Or probably less, probably within 5 years. We will see people killing each other in the U.S. Guaranteed. It's really sad how it's going to play out, but you just got to plan ahead, stay safe, and stay mobile, and pack some heat for sure. You know, get some protection. And that's all you can do, you know, and get depression, get that part out of the way first. Get that out of the way so you can logically go about your life, you know, and get through it. Just you gotta like listen to people, listen to conspiracy theorists, man, because most of them they make more sense than the people who just listen to the government, because the government never has the citizens in mind when it comes to like prosperity and peace and all that. They in the long run they'll use anyone they can use to get their agenda forward, and the government is going more towards tyranny, and that's what they want, and people are letting them do it, and it's going to cause a civil war or something, and that's when China will swoop in and just blow us to smithereens, or they don't even need to use nuclear. Anything you hear about nuclear rockets or nuclear nukes, it's all fucking fake. That's not going to happen. They don't need to use nukes. All they need to do is black us out. Just all they need to do is like cyber attack the fuck out of us. They just need to turn off our electricity, you know, for like a few times, you know, just black out the whole grid, and then we'll all just like end up stealing each other's food and killing each other over it. And that's all they need. And then they'll come in and, you know, the U.S. is backed by China, basically. Like China controls most of our politicians. And China's controlled by, you know, the occult. They're all in the same club. They're all in the same cult. And it's like, yeah, watching a movie and eating popcorn. That's basically because it's all a play. It's all planned out. It's all staged. Not everything. Of course, there's anomalies. There's things that happen that they need to adjust. But there's a master plan, an agenda, and everything they do is due to that, to push forward the agenda. And there are setbacks, of course. But they're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And they keep going forward. And they take as much power as they can during any crisis that happens. Which they're probably going to take power from us now that this whole Hamas attack. Look at what happened with Ukraine, you know. They're getting us to back that. They're sending all the money over there, sending all our military equipment. They're leaving military equipment to the bad guys in Afghanistan. and they're not thinking about our protection for the future, because they know that power is going to shift inevitably to the east anyways. The BRICS nations like India, Singapore, China, South Africa, all those, all those nations, Russia, and that's the plan. That's been the plan for like over a century. These people plan for a long time. They plan out ahead, like way ahead. And we're so simple and stupid, and we're so addicted to our devices that all they need to do is just send EMT, like blast an EMT over all our major cities and say it's like a solar flare or something. And they always lie. All they need to do is scare the fuck out of us, and then have us thinking that just get us hungry. And one of the biggest things they're probably going to do is take away our water supply, and we're not going to be able to pump water because if there's a blackout, and so you need to make sure you get your gallons of water and store as much water as you can to store as much water for like store enough for like a month or two, to be honest, per person, because it could get really bad, and that might not happen for years, but things are escalating now, faster than ever before. We're closer to World War III than we've ever been, and a lot of that is going to be just scaring the fuck out of us, using propaganda to get us to do what they want. And a lot of it's not even like actually happening. A lot of it's going to be AI. AI is really what they're using now to control the fuck out of us. And they're doing a good job at it. And AI is helping them tremendously, helping the bad guys. AI can help the bad guys and the good guys, but it becomes what the programmer programs it to do. All you have to do is feed it what you want to feed it, and you can control it. You can turn it off. Like ChatGPT has a censorship mode, which is what we get, and then you can turn it off. You can actually program it to turn off the code. You can hack it, and then it tells you all the truth. It tells you truth, but you have to know how to hack it. The version we get down here as little citizens of America and these other countries that use ChatGPT, we get the censorship version. So anyways, water is very important. Make sure you get water, because that's like when everything else fails, water keeps us alive. But we need water like at least every 48 hours or we're fucked. We get really sluggish and slow and confused. You get headaches, and just everything stops working. Your body doesn't have lube. It needs that water to flow through it and move everything the right way, move your blood and all that. So yeah, dehydration. I've never been super dehydrated, but I'm imagining it's not very fun. So yeah. So anyways, let's see. What was I gonna say before I went on my rant? Yeah, link dominance, man. Link dominance wants to blow up. It's just very nice right now. Look at that. Look at that. That's a W. That's a win. Link for the win. Where is it? Oh, link for the win. I'm telling you guys. It'll probably go even higher than that. So anyways, let's see. Did I talk about? All right. So let me see. So this channel this lady that I found on Tinfoil Hat with what's his name? Oh shit, Tinfoil Hat. Sam Tripoli. He's actually Sam Tripoli's actually subscribed to my channel. So Tinfoil Hat with Sam Tripoli is a really good podcast. Okay, so you need to go and check it out, because the other day he had this lady on.
Date. All my premium content, you can clip banners there. Rockfin.com's all there.
Which means crown. Okay. So I believe that the royal family is actually just symbolic of this tree of life.
Okay, she talks about numerology and occult symbolism and conspiracy. And I'm so glad I watched this interview with her, because it really it like awakened me again. Like I was kind of stale, but it really got me thinking. It really, something clicked in my head, and I was like, oh shit, she's so on point. She talks about a lot of numerology and numbers that we see and numbers that the occult puts out. She talks about the occult in a way that really made things make sense to me a lot more than they had before. And so I watched another few of her interviews, and then I started watching David Icke, and he made more sense now after I watched her, and just going down the rabbit hole. And it turns out like it can actually be kind of fun once you get through like the depression stage of knowing what's going on. It can actually be fun to predict what's going to happen. And just, I guess, if you can do anything, you can make it fun. You can make it fun you can try to wake other people up, and you can get right with God. And that's what is necessary. Get right with God and don't fear. God will help get rid of your fears, and then you won't be stuck in this fucking third dimension anymore, and then you won't have to deal with all this stuff. So definitely check out, her name is Susan Harrell, and go watch this interview.
This year, King Charles was crowned to 9/11.
What?
Yes.
So explain that to me again. What was
all right. Okay, so Freemasonry is all about rebuilding Solomon's temple. That's like, to sum it up. In every single Masonic lodge, you'll find the twin pillars of Solomon's temple represent Joachim and Boaz. Esoterically represent male and female. So, their whole religion is Baphomet. Baphomet is a symbol of the Knights Templar. And interesting about the word Baphomet is, historically, it's believed that Baphomet is another name for Muhammad.
Oh.
So.
Oh my God!
So
where
whenever
did you
we start
learn that,
just reading about the Templars. Yeah, it's an ancient name for Muhammad. So personally, I believe that Islam was created as a adversarial religion to pit against the Christian West, to create that conflict.
So she says a lot of stuff, maybe I'll go over this whole interview the next time I go live. I don't know. That'd be a good idea, because almost everything she says is like eye-opening, and it's like, oh my God, like that makes so much sense. So I'll actually tweet this out. You guys need to follow me on Twitter. I'm at XX Mike Check XX. So I'll tweet this out right now, and just go watch it ASAP, guys. Like, just go watch it. It's the last thing I tweeted. It's right there. So go to Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, that's fine, but definitely check me out on Twitter if you have it. I mean, wouldn't make sense for you not to, because I do have a cool account where I post cool stuff. Not cool. It's not cool. It's just like woke stuff. I post talking about real woke. You know what I mean? The woke that came before the quote woke. It's just that everything they do is parallel to reality. So that's how they confuse people. That's how they confuse the sheep. Because a lot of it's real, except they're putting their spin on it. You know what I mean? They're putting their spin on it, and they're getting us to react the way they want us to react. They're getting us to believe what they want us to believe, not the actual truth. Because we are awakening, and they know that. And so they have their own version of woke, which they know things are changing tremendously. That's why they're pushing the Agenda 2030 so hard right now, because everything's changing, and they're trying to confuse us as much as they can to keep control. And that's why we're actually breaking through out of the chasm. We're breaking through this belief system that they have imposed on us. And we're doing it quickly, and they're panicking. And it looks like they're in control, but they're not. Otherwise, they wouldn't push it so hard. It's becoming too blatantly obvious. Okay? So we are winning. Okay? The truth is winning. Love is winning. Just keep that in mind. And that's why get right with God. Ask him to remove your fears, and he will. Okay? And then you'll see the truth. You know, and then you can share your truth with other people. So definitely watch this. Watch this episode, okay? It's really freaking eye-opening. Okay, I gotta get ready for work now. I gotta go to work. So I'm gonna let you go. I pretty much talked about most what I was gonna talk about. But also Pi Network too. I don't know if you're mining Pi or not. I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna be worth something someday. There's so many they have so many followers, and there's so many people talking about them on Twitter. They've been trending a lot lately, just like Chainlink. There, see, PiNet, it's right there. Pi Network, it's trending, just like Chainlink. 47 million engaged pioneers, dude. They have 47 million followers. Oh no. They have 2.6 million followers on Twitter, but they have 47 people mining, which I'm sure a lot of those are bots. But I do think they have a specific plan for this token, because it definitely cannot be deemed a security the way they're doing it. So if the regulations come out and wipe out most of crypto, Pi cannot be touched. They're doing it the perfect way. And they came from Stanford too. The people who built this are from Stanford. So, MindPi, let me see. I think it's either Stanford or Harvard. The people who basically create the whole financial system and shape it. So, I'm not proud. I'm just glad. I'm happy that I was mining this earlier when the rewards were much bigger. And I got a really good team mining. How many people? I think there's 333 people, 333 on my team mining. So I don't know. You can still download it. You can still mine it. It's not invasive. Doesn't ask for any permissions from your phone. So you can't actually see any data from your phone. So I don't know. And it's built on Stellar too. So it might be something someday. It could actually be an actual currency. It could, who knows? Maybe it'll be like part of a CBDC plan, or like part of development CBDCs or something. I don't know. But I mean, it is listed on CoinGecko. Hold on here. Let me just type it in. Yeah, so let's see. It's already listed on CoinGecko at like $38 a coin. So I don't know if you have any, but if it really does turn out to be that much, like that's freaking tremendous. And look, the chart's actually, dude, someone sold it all the way down to like 75 cents. That's probably the true price, to be honest. It's probably like 75 cents. That's probably what it's going to be if it does come out. And that's fine with me. I have a decent amount and I'll be happy. Like that would be very good, especially if it came out before the bull market. Then I can invest in other tokens with the earnings from that. But anyways, yeah, I like the chart. The chart looks great. Looks very good. Looks like a good term. Like this is an IOU. It's not, the main network's not out yet. So I definitely don't go to any exchange and buy this. You're going to probably lose all your money. Because it's probably going to tank to like 75 cents once the mainnet comes out. So, and once they start getting listed on more exchanges. So this is an IOU. So if you buy it now, they're going to give you that many tokens once the mainnet comes out. So if you buy, they're capitalizing on people's stupidity. The few exchanges that are actually listed it, Bitmart, HTX, CoinW. Do not buy. I repeat, do not buy it at this price. You're going to lose 99% of your money. But they're gonna make a lot of money. They're smart, but that's kind of an evil plan. That's a fucking evil plan. They're trying to steal from people who believe in the project, and most of those people are not. Most of those people are in third world countries who just they've been mining. They've been mining for free, and they really have a belief that this could become something, just like Bitcoin. Even though it cost a lot more money to mine Bitcoin back in the day. It was probably a lot more profitable though, once Bitcoin became something. But this cannot be deemed a security. So anyways, that's the last thing I wanted to tell you about. So anyways, guys, thanks for the super chat. I saw that it's not showing it's not showing the chat anymore. Sorry. So I'll go over it. I'll go back and watch. Probably in 24 hours they'll have the chat on my I'm on this video, so I can go back and see what you guys had to say. So anyways, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hitting the thumbs ups. And I'm gonna try to do more and more videos. I say that all the time, but I'm kind of in a good groove right now, and I've got a good schedule, and so I have maybe an hour or two every morning where I have a little bit of free time. So I'm going to try to do some more videos. I would love to try to do a daily video. That would be great. So maybe I'll try to get to a place where I can do just a daily live stream and just talk about whatever, So I just need material to talk about. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Hit the thumbs ups if you haven't already, and talk to you later. Crypto Mike out. Peace.